The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y Show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y Show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y Show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y Show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the XY Show. I'm your host, Roosevelt. So I apologize. Last week I was not able to record an episode. I had a little gout flare-up on my ankle. And for those of you who know someone with gout, those of you who listen to the show, you know I've had them periodically. They hit me about yearly and a half. Sometimes very bad. Sometimes like little baby flare-ups. That's what this one is. But still, that shit hurt. It hurt. So I was like, fuck that. I'm just resting. I'm drinking plenty of water, medications, popping pills. So till that really goes away. Someone told me if I drink lemon water daily, that helps, that would cut out flare-ups altogether. I haven't had a chance to research it, but I want to look into that. I know lemon water is good for you anyway, but I didn't know it curbed gout. So if that's the case, I would definitely be drinking that shit. So I got to do my research. But anyway, so that's why I wasn't here last week. I'm going to do a double episode, though. So this episode will hit, and then the next one was dropped tomorrow. So just to make up, so I owe you a show. So that's what I'm going to do. So 2 episodes will drop. One now, this one, and another one tomorrow. So be sure to tune in. And, of course, regular time next week. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to get on with some questions. The first one is from Carter. What do you think about mail order brides? I wouldn't do it. I'm not paying 10, 15, 20, 25,000 for a wife. So to each his own. If you have the money and you feel that that's the only way that you can get a wife, then go for it. But I'm just telling you, for me, I wouldn't do that shit. You got to be careful. There's a lot of scams out there for the mail order brides, and they take your money. Then next thing you know, you still not getting no pussy. So be careful with, make sure it's a legitimate service. But anyway, like I said, to each his own. It's not for me. Next one is from Harriet. Harriet says, I've been dating a guy for 10 years. He knows I would like to get married, but he never brings it up. I'm 35 years old and time is precious now. Am I a pussy cow? For those of you who don't know what a pussy cow is, it's one of my early episodes. I think it's episode 16. So it was a couple years ago, 3 years, I don't know. But basically the episode entails a woman giving her free milk away, giving her pussy away, and becoming a pussy cow. Meaning, you give your milk away and, you're a cow, and then the guy is a farmer. So he's just farming your ass, fucking you. And, he's not having to buy the farm. He's just getting his free milk and drinking it and all kind of shit. But he's not paying for it. So a lot of women are, walking around and they're pussy cows. So that's what she's asking. That's I had to give you a little background story. So to answer your question, Harry, yes, you are. You are a pussy cow. You've been dating this guy for 10 years. He knows you want to get married. He doesn't talk about it. You're already 35 years old, so you're no spring chicken. And you're still fucking for free. Your boyfriend is a pussy farmer. He's a cowboy. And you are a cow. You're a pussy cow. So yes, to answer your question, that's what you are. Not to be mean or anything, but that's what you are. You give away your milk for free. You've been doing it for 10 years now. It doesn't take that long, ladies. It doesn't take 10 years for a motherfucker to figure out if he wants to marry you. A motherfucker would know that after a year. Some 6 months. Guys are full of shit when it comes to that. So, ladies, don't fall for that shit. I told you that shit over and over and over again. You ladies don't listen to me. 10 years is far too long. You wasted all your good years, your youth years with this motherfucker. So, if you want to get married and he doesn't, which it looks like he doesn't, he just happy with getting some pussy, then you need to move on now while you're still somewhat young. So yes, you are a pussy cow. Stop being a pussy cow. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to jump into this week's episode. How much should you sacrifice for your kids? How much should you sacrifice for your kids? And I know a lot of you are saying, well, Roosevelt, what do you mean? They're your kids. You brought them in this world. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. What do you mean? They belong to us, We're supposed to do everything. We're supposed to give our lives to, and all this bullshit. So, that sounds noble, but really, reality, how much are you supposed to sacrifice for your kids? Now, we're talking about this, I want you to look at your kids now, or they're not supposed to be looking at them because they shouldn't be in the same room as my show. But the next time you look at your kids, your son, your daughter, those more than likely will be the same motherfuckers who are going to be putting your ass in an old folks home in about 30, 40 years. Oh, I know you say, oh, Junior would never do that. No. Oh, no. Oh, Carrie, little Carrie would never do that. He would never put me. Yes, little Junior, little Carrie will put your ass in an old folks home because they don't want to be bothered with you. They don't want to be helping you walk and helping you wipe your ass and, making sure you don't fall and all that shit. They're not going to have time for that shit because they're going to be living their lives and they simply don't have time for their moms and dads. Now, is that the case for everyone? No. But for a lot of them, that's the case. Shit, half of you that are listening to this, put your parents in an old folks home. Half of you, I'm going to say that again, half of you that are listening to this episode right now, have your parents in an old folks home. Y'all have all kind of excuses. Oh, well, that's the best place for it. They can provide the care and blah, blah, blah. Just say you don't want to do it. Just say you're not up to it. You want to live your life. You're still young. You want to travel. You want to come home and you want to drink a beer and not have to worry about taking mom to the doctor and blah, 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 and taking dad to the. So you put them in old folks' home, you feel better because, they're getting the care that they need. That's bullshit. So I ask you again, how much should you sacrifice for your kids? And I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about in every aspect. I know a woman who helped my friend. This guy I knew. He went to the same my first university. And his mom, who's a single mom, she took out a second mortgage to send him to school because school's kind of costly, and he didn't want to do student loans. So she took out a second mortgage, right? The house was paid for at the time, but she took out a second mortgage to put him through school. So when she did that, she not only had to pay the mortgage back, now she has to get home insurance because the house is being financed again. And what happened, she was, his mom was older. She was a nurse. She made good money. But she was older. She had some kind of medical procedure, and she couldn't work anymore. So then, and then she lost a lot of money on. She was getting Social Security, but she had a lot of money in the like a mutual fund or something like that, or Roth IRA. I can't remember which one it was, but she lost a lot because back then it was a big hit with the stock market. And that's why when you hear motherfuckers saying that they should put Social Security on the stock market, they full of shit. But that's another topic. I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, she lost a lot of money, so she had to depend solely on the fixed income. So as a result, she could not afford to pay the mortgage, let alone home insurance, because home insurance in Florida is astronomical because of the hurricanes. Used to be where you can get one policy and it covers everything. Now you got to get a policy for the contents, and policy for the fucking roof and the walls and flooding and the yard and all kind of shit. So it's expensive as fuck. So she couldn't afford it. So she ended up losing her house for my friend. He went to school, he got a degree, he's doing his thing. But what about his mom? What about his mom? So what ended up happening to her, she lost her house. She had to move into assisted living. Like low income house, low income or fixed income housing. It was new, but still, it wasn't her house. So she had to move into that. And my friend, lo and behold, he didn't do shit. He didn't say, "Mom, I got you." He didn't say, "Mom, don't worry about it. I'm going to help you pay that insurance. I'm going to help you pay that mortgage because you took care of me, got me through school. I'm going to help you out now. Don't worry about it. I got you." He didn't say that. He let it ride. He let his mom get kicked out of the house, go into this assisted living, and he didn't give a fuck. He was living his life. Nah, I'm not going out like that. Let me tell you something. I love it, and I don't have kids. But if I ever do have kids, I will take care of them. I will do sacrifices for them. A lot of you are already doing the sacrifices. Like you don't go out as much because you're doing things for your kids. You don't go out as much because the kids need new shoes or they need to pay for dance class or pay for a new Barbie. I don't know. Just pay for kids shit. So a lot of things you're sacrificing that you used to do single that you no longer do because you're a family guy or a family girl. And that's cool. I think that's what you should do up until a certain point. When those motherfuckers hit 18, they're on their own as far as I'm concerned. I love you, but I'm not about to put my house up for your ass. I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry, daughter. 2 words for you. Student loans. Or you better learn how to play a football or throw a football. You better learn how to wrestle or hit a tennis ball or some shit and get a scholarship. But I'm not putting my house up for your ass. I'm sorry. And I know a lot of you saying, well, damn, that's selfish. Oh, shit. You gotta be selfish. If you don't be selfish for yourself, where are you going to end up? If I put my house up, for second mortgage and I end up getting thrown out of, you think my kids gonna come? Or how many kids would actually come? Oh, Dad, I got you and Mom, don't worry about it. You put us through school. We got you. And I'm not saying that does happen, but I think not that much. I think kids, when they get a certain age, they get from their parents, like they feel entitled, like their parents should do that for them. A lot of motherfuckers walking around like their parents should pay their way through college. No. Fuck that. I'll make it real clear to my kids. You want to take your ass to school. If you don't get a scholarship, then your ass better do student loans or go to the Army, get a GI Bill or some shit. I'm not putting myself out there for your ass. I'm old. I can't work for much longer. So I got to look out for me. Yeah, it's selfish. So fuck it. I don't give a fuck. It is selfish that you got to be that way. Or you end up on the street. And who says that just because we have kids, we're forever indebted to them just because they're our kids. Oh, I'm going to pay for your this and pay for that. And, oh, you have kids, I'm going to watch your kids. And yeah, don't worry about it. I'll watch them for you. Fuck that. How much should you sacrifice for your kids? When does it stop? Those little motherfuckers. Those kids are the same ones that are going to grow up one day and they're going to put you in an old folks home or neglect you in some manner. The same person that you, quote unquote, help get through school or sacrifice for. They're going to be putting your ass away because they don't have time for you. So, all I'm saying is, look, I'm not saying you shouldn't help your kids. I'm not saying that. But it should go up to a certain point. I think just because you have kids doesn't mean you're indebted to them for the rest of your life. I'm going to put you through college, son. Fuck out of here. Yeah, I'm going to put you through medical. You want to be a lawyer? Okay, I got you. Fuck that. Now, if you need a book for your home economics class, or you need some bowling shoes for your PE class, in college, I got you. Or you need a new outfit for the bee weaving class. I don't know. I got you. Buy you a few books, buy you a t-shirt or something. But I'm not about to flip the whole bill. Now, it's different. Now, if I'm affluent, that's different. I got you then. If I'm a multimillionaire, that's different. I'm not talking to you people. I'm not talking to you rich folks. It's different for you guys. It's different for the, for you Rockefeller type motherfuckers. I'm not talking to you. You got money. I'm talking about to the regular middle class to poor folks who most of you motherfuckers are living paycheck to paycheck. That's who I'm talking to. You should not be sacrificing your own means for your kids, not past a certain point. The world says after 18, they're grown, right? They're adults. Then that mean they have to defend for themselves. Look, when I got out of school, I fucked up my grades. So I couldn't get a football scholarship because I was ineligible. being a class clown and shit. I know that's hard to believe, but I fucked up my grades. So I lost my football scholarships. So I knew I couldn't go to my parents because they just couldn't do that. And I wouldn't have asked them to because I knew they couldn't. What kind of kid, they know their parents, some kids don't give a fuck. Because like I said, they feel that entitlement, like they should help me. I'm their kid. I didn't ask to be here. They should help me go to college. It's their duty. It's their obligation. No, the fucking ain't. It's not my obligation to help your ass for the rest of your life. After a certain point, some kids just don't give a fuck. They know their parents can't really afford it, and they don't give a fuck. They take it anyway. Like my friend, he know his mom couldn't really do that shit. He was older at the time when she took the damn loan. She didn't have that much time to work anyway. And then it got speeded up because she got hurt, and then she couldn't work anymore. That just sped up things. Next thing you know, she's out of her house. And he ain't saying shit. Oh, Mom, I got you. Don't worry about it. He ain't say none of that shit. If he was selfish, she would have still had her house. So, I just don't think you should go past a certain point. Nothing wrong with helping your kids out. Helping them out through school, buying a few books, buying a few T-shirts here and there, buying them a refrigerator, for the dorm room, that kind of shit. But to be helping them for the rest of their lives, taking out putting yourself in harm's way, taking out a second mortgage and putting your house up for your kids, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's safe. I don't think that's economical for the average motherfucker. I'm talking about, like I said, middle class to poor folks. Motherfuckers that's living paycheck to paycheck. I'm not talking to the rich folks. It's different for you. You write a check and you ain't, those motherfuckers pay for a year of Harvard and they don't bat an eye. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to everyday average people. How much should you sacrifice for your kids? Up to a certain point, there is enough. Enough is enough. You gave them life. You supported them for 18 years. Now it's time to let them go. You're on your own, son. You're on your own, daughter. When I got out of school, when I fucked up my scholarships, I knew I couldn't go to my parents. They would have, but it would have put them in a financial heartbreak. No, I'm not doing that because I gave a fuck. So these kids nowadays don't give a fuck. So I had to do something because I don't want to stay at home. Not that my dad was kicking me out, but I wanted to get the fuck out of Miami. I didn't want to stay there. For those of you who know, I hate Miami, Always did, always will. It's a fucked up city. So I said, I got to get out of here. So I joined the military. I said I'll go find myself, get some pussy, and grow up a little bit. Come out with a GI Bill, and pay for, do my own thing, pay my own way through college. Not by mom and dad, but by student loans. So if I want to do it, if I want to go to college, that's what I'm about to do. I'm a middle class, poor motherfucker. I'm not a rich guy. That's what you have to do. You have to do what you have to do. It's not the duty or job of the parents to support kids for the rest of their lives. Some of you right now are in so much debt. because of your kids or your young adults. Some of you right now living paycheck to paycheck because you're paying your kids' college, tuition, and you really can't afford it. Or paying for their housing on campus. Their rent, $800 a month. You can't afford that shit. No, son, you better get a job. Get a job and pay for your apartment. Or take your ass on campus. How much should we sacrifice for our kids? 18 years is long enough. That's almost 2 decades. That's almost 2 decades. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's economical. I don't think it's wise for parents to take care of their kids longer than that, unless they're rich. Like I said, I'm not talking to you if you're rich. I'm talking to the average Joe Schmo. So for those of you right now, I know a lot of you are going to disagree. Oh no, Roosevelt, you're supposed to help your kids. No, fuck that. Those going to be the same motherfuckers that signing your ass up for old folks home in about 30 or 40 years. The same ones that you made sacrifices to. The same ones putting your ass up in a home. They're not sacrificing for you. I look at my friend, when his mom lost her house, he didn't say, because he has a house. And that motherfucker, he wasn't married. He had no family at the time. He didn't say, Mom, hey, come stay with me. You lost your house. Okay, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. I got you. You did that for me. I got you. He didn't say that. Let his mom go in a retirement community for low income, fixed income individuals. It was new, but it's not her house. And she was all alone. She passed, by the way. She was all alone. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. So no, fuck that. Call me selfish. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what y'all motherfuckers say about me. I am selfish. Fuck it. When it comes to that, I'm going to take care of me. I'm taking care of these little bastards till they're 18 years old, and then they're on their own. They're on their own after that. It's not my duty to take care of you for the rest of your life. I'm not paying for your college. I'm not paying for your fucking law school. I'm not paying for your first fucking car. I'm not paying for your fucking first house. And I'm not watching your fucking kids. I've done enough. I'm not sacrificing no more. Do for yourself now. Now, I'm not saying you can't help. I'm not saying that. Help here and there. But don't expect me to do that shit every day. Day in, day out. Don't expect that shit. I got to take care of me. Because no one else will. So how much are you sacrificing for your kids? Look at them little bastards next time you look at them. They'll be the same ones signing your ass up for the nicest home in the area. Oh, Dad, it's a very nice place. You'll love it. Little Becky putting your ass in there. Oh, Dad, I'm going to miss you so much. We'll come see you, okay? Little Junior. Next time you look at those bastards, that's what they're going to, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be the ones putting your ass in there. So I want you to look at them closely. Nah. So think about the sacrifices that you're making for your kids. Will they make them for you when you need them? You have to be selfish sometimes. You have to take care of you. Anyway, hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Be sure to check me out every week. I try to release episodes every Friday, but sometimes shit happens. So you get it Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. But it'll be a new one weekly. Fuck it. I'm not being stapled down to a day no more. So be sure to check out old episodes. Also follow me on all social media. I'm on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and Instagram. You can find old episodes and social media on my website, which is www.thexyshow.com. You can find everything there. You can also find a store and let everyone know that you love me. Take a picture of me, and I'll definitely post it. So without further ado, I will see you next week, and I want you always to remember, you cannot have love or lust without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.